From the Gert Boyle studio at OPB, this is Think Out Loud. I'm Dave Miller. We turn now to the Portland-based nonprofit Smashing Barriers. It offers free tennis clinics and organizes charity tournaments. It was co-founded by two Oregonians, Gia Mehta and Rohan Shah, when they were in high school. We talked about this last August when Gia was about to start her senior year at Catlin Gable in Portland. Rohan was about to begin his freshman year at the University of Southern California. I started by asking Rohan how the nonprofit started up.
I mean, it all started one day when Gia and I were volunteering at a local tennis center called Portland Tennis and Education. And so what Portland Tennis and Education does is they have free after-school programs and free tennis lessons. So a lot of kids from the local area go to the program. And
what were you guys doing?
We were volunteering. So we were helping teach the kiddos and teach tennis. And what we noticed a lot is a lot of these kids would, come to the program, something bad might have happened in their day, or, they would be a little sad, be a little tired. Then we would watch them come out of the program and, start raving to their parents about what a great day they had there and, how they feel better and, how great they felt playing tennis. So I grabbed Gia one day and I was like, why don't we do something similar? Because at the time, PT&E had the gap of, they couldn't really help out during weekends. So we're like, why don't we help out during weekends? And so that's kind of how it started. We had grabbed Gia, sat down, and sort of just started giving out lessons.
Gia, what do you remember about that first conversation?
It was, it was amazing. We had talked, we didn't know what to do at first because we were thinking we really want to be able to give back to the community because tennis has been such a meaningful sport for both of us. It really felt like an outlet most of our lives. It felt like a way that we could kind of put in a way that we could improve our mental health, essentially. And with that, we really wanted to give back to what tennis meant to us, and we were volunteering, and we wanted to do more than that as well. So we hosted free clinics on Saturdays with these children. These children often come from places from unstable home life, facing housing insecurity, food insecurity. So it really felt nice to give them a space that they can set goals, learn to be themselves, and really just have fun. And with that, we've also been focusing a lot on goal setting, not only just providing tennis to them, but being able to show them that they can set goals, they can have aspirations outside of their current limitations, which is really special to us.
Rohan, what do you see as the biggest barriers in general for young people playing tennis? I mean, the name of your nonprofit is Smashing Barriers. What are the barriers?
I mean, the biggest barriers are social, economic, and racial. Before tennis was very, rich, mainly dominated by, so it was mainly
rich white people.
Yeah. Okay.
You can say it.
Okay. Yeah. So that's who it was mainly dominated by. And honestly, we really wanted to break that barrier because tennis means a lot to Gian and I. I mean, it was my outlet for a while. I used to be some of those kids who would go to programs like Portland Tennis and Education, and tennis was my outlet. And so I realized that a lot of kids didn't have the same opportunities I had to, learn the lessons that I got from tennis, how to outlet how to outlet your emotions in a safe, controlled way, how to set a goal, and, how to work towards something. And I really wanted to give that opportunity. So definitely I would say the biggest barrier would have to be economic. Tennis lessons are very expensive, and so is the equipment. And by, sort of removing that fee by, giving kids their own equipment that we donate to them and also giving the lessons, we are also able to, sort of teach them how to out their emotions in a safe way through sport.
All right. So you saw this gap in what was being offered starting on weekends, maybe geographically. But what was your starting point to actually turning this into a nonprofit? Gia, where did you go first?
Yeah, so first we started with the clinics. We contacted PT&E. We said we're friends with the members of PT&E. We know them so well. They've given us so much guidance. So they helped us a lot with how to start our organization, with them being a tennis organization themselves. And to start off, we were hosting clinics. We were getting donations. We were trying to set up how to give talks to these kids. We started with the Boys and Girls Club, I believe, and we gave them a talk about the benefits of sports and mental health, how that increases your endorphins, and we gave them rackets and balls to play with. It was super fun. But we started off doing smaller things like that, and eventually we came to the point where we had enough people helping us, and we were working on it ourselves, that we could register ourselves as a 501c3. And that was amazing because with that registration as a 501c3, we were able to apply to grants and be able to get donations like that and have a much bigger source of funding for us in ways that we could expand even further than we thought we could. So right now we're in 6 states.
Yes, six.
Yeah, which is amazing. We're looking to expand more, but we have 7 chapters across 6 states, and we've been working to spread our mission and push it as far as we can, and being able to start at that one small point of hosting these clinics and realize that we can go even bigger than what we were doing and help more people was great.
Rohan, what are some of the lessons that you've learned along the way?
Definitely the biggest lesson I've learned is how to sort of talk to a lot of people. As like a kid, as middle school, COVID year, I wasn't that talkative. I was super shy. And so when Gia and I would kind of go to these meetings to talk to like bigger sponsors, we would kind of just have to be able to step it up, because a lot of them would sort of just dismiss us at first. They'd be like, will there be an adult joining this meeting? Like we were just 14 and 15 respectively. Like
this was in person or on Zoom or
on
the phone?
Zoom, and we did like a couple in person, but even then,
and they would literally say, okay, but where are the adults?
Exactly. They would. And I think what I had to learn is I had to learn how to sort of like step it up and be like, this is us. This is Smashing Barriers. Like we can be responsible with your money, and we are also here to put something tangible out there. We're just not some paper trail for a college application or a resume.
Was that something that you thought people assumed?
100%.
Okay.
A lot of people thought all the time.
Okay, so what would they say?
They'd be like, okay, well, are you going to stop this when you go to college? Like, is this going to help you? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, I started this when I was 14 years old. He started when he was 15. Like, I had no clue what I wanted to do. I just knew that I wanted to help people. It really wasn't for the sake of college, and it's great that we can still take it so far. He's already graduated and he's still helping out, so it just goes to prove that we're really passionate about this mission. Every volunteer we look for as well, we really look for people who are passionate about doing what we do, not just for the sake of boosting an application, but for the sake of feeling satisfied with helping as many people as you can.
I'm talking right now with Gia Mehta and Rohan Shah. They're the co-founders of the tennis-focused nonprofit Smashing Barriers. Gia is going to be a senior at Catlin Gable in about a week and a half or so. Rohan Shah has another week in the Portland area before he goes for his freshman year at the University of Southern California. Rohan, how do you actually find the young people to take part in this? It's one thing to go to try to get funding or places to play or people to donate rackets, but it's only going to work if you actually get young people to serve. How do you find them?
You won't believe this, Dave, but Gia and I went door to door in the Portland Tennis and Education area, and we just knocked on doors and we just talked to families.
What would you say? So you knock on the door, I open it up. What do you say?
Hi, I'm Rohan. I'm with Smashing Barriers, and you may not know who we are yet, but we are an organization who provides free tennis lessons, free meals for each lesson, and lessons for your kiddo. And so then I would kind of just dive into, how we talk about mental health, how we talk about tennis, how we talk about the meals provided. And honestly, for a while, I think the biggest barrier to that door-to-door method was language. A lot of them were Spanish-speaking families, and I don't speak a lot of Spanish. And so for a while, I had to bring a couple of my classmates who spoke better Spanish than me, and I'm like, let's give the pitch. So I think one Sunday, I gathered like me and 4 buddies, and we all just went door to door and just knocked and said, hey, we're Smashing Barriers. We provide free tennis lessons, free meal every Saturday. Just come on by at 12. And then that's kind of just how it started. And then it started word of mouth. So the first clinic, we maybe had like 1 or 2 kids show up, and then just kept growing. Like the next one we had 5, the next one we had 7, next one we had 10. Like it was just booming after that. So
did you feel like you were finding people who had already been interested in tennis, and now there was a way that they could play it, even if they, say, couldn't afford the equipment or the space before? Or were you introducing this idea to people who then decided they would give it a try?
I think it was more of they already had played some tennis, but then the issue was the economic barrier of, getting the lessons, getting the court time. Because a lot of those kiddos in that area that we first started with had been going to Portland Tennis and Education and had been exposed to tennis, but they just wanted to play more. And so even after that, a lot of those kids who initially had been exposed to tennis went to their friends at school who haven't played tennis and were like, hey, we had a lot of fun at the Smashing Barriers clinic and it's free. There's food. You should come too. And so that's kind of just how it sort of started super spreading, because all these kids would just go to their friends and be like, whoa, we had so much fun. And they would tell their parents, those parents would bring their kids. So I think honestly, once we had like the kiddos thought that it was really fun and they had a great time and they enjoyed their meal and, you know, they learned something, then they would just get all their friends from school to come join us.
Gia, how have you been able to grow this into other states around the country?
We've had people reach out to us and ask us and tell us that they want to be able to help out. We've had people we've reached out to and say, are you interested in helping out? Because we know that they care about the same things. And I was a Bank of America student leader for this year. I met two amazing people and they've been willing to start chapters in their own states. So it's all about talking to people, having them come talk to us, being approachable, and being able to be that organization that's really willing to step out of their comfort zone and spread the mission as far as possible. Yeah.
Has doing this work for this nonprofit, Gia, has it affected the way you think about what you'd like to do for the rest of your life?
Oh, of course. I really want to go into social entrepreneurship. I love it. That's already what we're doing right now. I want to learn more. I've been working with other nonprofits, learning more. I've been working with Habitat for Humanity, learning more about how they've been able to spread their mission, what they do, all of the different branches that they have. And it's really great to see so many people that are involved in work that's for the benefit of others. And that's ultimately what I want to do as well.
Rohan, what about you?
I definitely think that it really showed me like what I really liked about, you know, business in general. As a kid, I'd worked in a lot of different types of businesses and family businesses. So it kind of just exposed me to the parts of business that I was really passionate about, I was really good at. So I found out that I was pretty good at numbers. So I think that kind of led me to, you know, a more finance-based path. And then even then, I'm still getting a nonprofit major as well that USC offers, because I still want to be able to, you know, help other people on the nonprofit side as well as support Smashing Barriers. So I definitely feel like that's kind of building Smashing Barriers is kind of what showed me what I'm really passionate about beyond just tennis and being there for the kiddos as a role model.
What are your biggest hopes for Smashing Barriers over the next 10 years?
For the next 10 years, I really want to see, my biggest hope is that we grow into more states. I think right now, the more kids we can reach and the more kids that we're able to, you know, show how to, you know, manage your emotions or set a goal, I think that's only the more kids we set on, you know, a better path to the future. So I think in 10 years, I would really like us to see one chapter in each state. It sounds really ambitious, but at the rate that we're growing at now in other states, I totally see that as possible. And just being able to reach all those kiddos, you know, give them what Gian and I had learned from tennis, just that would be just magical.
Rohan and Gia, thanks so much.
Of course, you have a wonderful day.
Rohan Shah and Gia Mehta are the co-founders of the nonprofit Smashing Barriers. We talked last August